the main event for the East Coast Championship. Trey Canard and Ryan Villopoto. You saw the contact. Canard is back in the lead. Villopoto is fourth, but he's 16 seconds behind this man who has already won 3 races this year, leads the points, and could maybe pull off the biggest upset in the entire 2008 Supercross season if he wins this championship over Ryan Villopoto.
I'm telling you, Trey Canard has got about 6 laps to go right now. No mistakes, and he has to work his way through the lap traffic. He has to be very precise with this line. He has to keep breathing, use his head, race forward.
Well, Aaron, Trey Canard, he's done it. He's in the lead. Can he hang on for the win, do you think?
We're about to find out, but Ralph, I can tell you this, the emotion and the intensity that was taking place in the air today at the track. Trey Canard, the rookie, he was extremely tight, barely smiling, sick to his stomach all day long. When you got the veteran rider, Ryan Villopoto, out there, very calm, very collected all day long, even had a little bit of a hint of a grin on his face. This is where it's all going to boil down to, and maybe that grin was a little bit too much.
But Jeff, on that last lap, Villopoto made up no time. He's 16.9 seconds back. He's in fourth. He's chasing down Josh Grant on the 20, but he didn't gain any time. What does this feel like right now to the riders?
Well, I can tell you, for both these riders, there is a sense of desperation for the number 2, Ryan Villopoto, who was on a roll. He had worked his way not only into this championship, but now up to the front of this race. And then to have that happen, and it's devastating for a rider like Ryan Villopoto.
And you see the points as of now. Canard would have a 10-point gap between him and Villopoto. That's all it would take. He'd have 4 wins, and he'd have the championship, Aaron.
Well, guys, Ryan Villopoto's mechanic down here, John Mitchell, he's got written on his board, fight, fight, keep on fighting. He believes in Ryan Villopoto. He knows what he's capable of, even if he's this far back at this point, having Trey Canard out front.
Aaron, the only problem with that is Villopoto lost more time on that last lap. It's now a 17.6-second gap, Jeff, and we're down to 5 laps to go.
Well, for Ryan Villopoto, desperation. He needs to not make any mistakes. He's got to hope for a mistake by the points leader and the current race leader, Trey Canard. What do you think it feels like for Trey Canard, though? He's out front, and they're almost too comfortable right now. He cannot start thinking about the championship. Canard has to keep breathing, keep working his way forward, and keep focused. When he crosses the checker flag, that's when he can think about the joys of winning this.
You cannot get enough encouragement from your mechanic right now, can you?
There definitely is a very close bond that you have with your mechanic. I always joke, he's the guy that tightens the front axle. John Mischief and number 2 here, Ryan Villopoto, have won a lot of championships together. They've just seen this championship, with only 4 laps to go, slip out of their hands.
And it's getting worse for Villopoto. 17.8 seconds now between him and Canard. Villopoto, as we said, got off to such a horrible start. 22nd in Atlanta, and then seconds in Indy and Daytona, and then he won Minneapolis, Dallas, and Detroit. All the momentum he could possibly carry into this season finale, and it's all slipped away. But boy, is it shifted over to Trey Canard, who came out flying out of the gates. The number 48 won the first 3 races, Atlanta, Indy, and Daytona. Then he took 4th place finishes at Minneapolis and Dallas, and then the 10th last week at Detroit, Jeff. We all thought, oh boy, there it goes, right out of his grasp.
But just as we were so impressed with Trey Canard in those first 3 races, his composure, which only really faltered in Detroit when he had that 2nd place locked up, that's the only real race that we questioned. But wow, has he answered it here tonight in St. Louis, championship main event. And when push came to shove, it was Trey Canard do the pushing.
Without question. Let's go back and take a look at the progressive whole shot replay.
Take a look at the 77 right here. Focus on him. What a drive he gets. Brandon Jessamine sweeps wide. Trey Canard just sneaks around. That was an intense start here in the East Coast lights.
About a lap and a half to go. The gap between Canard and Villopoto now 18.2 seconds.
Unbelievable Trey Canard as he works his way through the lapped riders.
Jeff, we've said all season long, this young man has stood up to any potential intimidation that could be there. He's weathered all those storms. What does that tell you about this young rider as he begins his career now, about to potentially win his first championship in his rookie season?
Well, if I hold Trey Canard's contract, I'm feeling great because this kid has really delivered. He's came in not intimidated by the veterans, very confident. He talks about giving it 200%. When he vocalizes that, that means that inside he is just really giving it everything that he has, covering all the bases. Wow, just the final lap here. What an amazing feeling this must be for Trey Canard. You know, he just wants to see that checkered flag with no mistakes here. No one-handers. This thing is not in the bag until he crosses the finish.
Trey Canard on his way to his 4th win of the year. When the season began, we all expected great things out of this young rider from Oklahoma. But this, the Supercross Lights East Coast Championship, nobody would have predicted that except for maybe Trey Canard. He told me earlier today, ever since I was a little boy, I dreamed of this, and now that dream is about to become a reality. A handful of corners left to go. And Trey Canard and all that hard work pays off. He pulls off the biggest upset of 2008. He wins the Supercross Lights East Coast Championship. What a moment for Trey Canard, and what total devastation for Ryan Villapoto. Wow. He ends up finishing 4th, 17 seconds behind, and 2nd in the championship.
That is a great feeling, Ralph.
Woo! Trey Canard battles through and wins one of the best championship fights we've seen in Supercross competition. He is the Supercross Lights East Coast titleist, and we'll talk to him when we come back to St. Louis.